What if something you do every day, something that feels completely normal, is slowly destroying your erections? Wearing tight underwear, sitting for hours, using porn habitually, ignoring morning wood. These seem harmless, but after 50, they become silent killers of blood flow, nerve function, and confidence. I'm Dr. Laura Bennett, urologist with 15 years helping men reclaim their intimate health. Today, I'm breaking down 10 things men unknowingly do that ruin erectile health, why they cause damage, and what to do instead. These aren't obvious dangers. That's exactly why they're so destructive. Now, I think we both know most doctors avoid this specific conversation, but it matters more than almost anything else for sexual health after 50. Let's start with the first mistake: ignoring morning erections. Waking up with a firm erection isn't just some random event. It's one of the clearest signs that your body is functioning well. Morning wood is a direct reflection of healthy testosterone levels, strong circulation, and balanced nervous system signals. It's your body's natural test, confirming that the machinery is still running smoothly. But what happens when those morning erections stop showing up or become less frequent? That's not something to ignore. It might feel tempting to brush it off or chalk it up to age, but a missing morning erection is often one of the earliest signs that something is off. It could be stress, sleep problems, poor circulation, or even something in your diet or medications. Your body is speaking through signals, not symptoms. And when you stop getting firm in the morning, it's a whisper asking for attention. Instead of fearing it or feeling ashamed, take it as a helpful heads up. Start observing your sleep, your stress, your activity levels. Consider talking to a professional if the pattern continues, because the sooner you respond, the easier it is to restore. Morning erections are not just a curiosity, they're a window into your overall health. Mistake number 2: sitting for hours without moving. This one sneaks up on men, especially after 50. If you spend most of your day sitting, whether at a desk, in a car, or even on the couch, you're placing constant pressure on the pelvic floor and surrounding nerves. And when you sit with poor posture, slouched forward, hips tight, spine compressed, that pressure becomes even worse. Over time, it begins to affect the muscles and blood vessels that support healthy erections and sensitivity. It's not just about comfort, it's about oxygen flow, nerve response, and tissue health. The longer you stay in that seated position without moving, the more sluggish your circulation becomes. You may notice your legs feel heavier, your lower back gets tight, or more subtly, your erections are not as strong or reliable as they used to be. That's your body's way of saying, I need movement. The good news? Small breaks go a long way. Just standing up every hour, stretching your hips and back, or taking a short walk can restore blood flow to your pelvis and refresh your energy. These simple habits are like tuning up your system, helping your body support you better both during the day and at night. Mistake number 3: wearing tight underwear all day. You might believe that snug briefs or compression wear are doing your body a favor by keeping everything secure, but what feels supportive can actually be silently causing harm throughout the day. When underwear is too tight, it compresses delicate blood vessels and limits airflow, creating a warm, restricted environment around your groin. And for the penis and testicles, that trapped heat becomes a serious issue. You see, this part of your body is meant to stay cooler than your core. That cooler temperature is vital, not just for comfort, but for hormone production, sperm quality, and long-term erectile health. When you stay overheated all day, testosterone levels can start to dip, sperm cells struggle to survive, and even your natural firmness may begin to fade over time. And you might not notice the damage until years later, when it becomes harder to stay firm or when energy and drive feel lower than they used to. One of the simplest shifts you can make is choosing breathable, looser fabrics like cotton and letting your body breathe naturally, especially at night. Sleeping without tight garments gives your entire lower region a break, helping to cool the tissues and restore balance while you rest. Think of it like taking your foot out of a tight boot at the end of a long day, only even more important. Mistake number 4: overusing porn without presence. This is not a lecture about right or wrong. It's a quiet conversation about how your brain and body respond to repeated stimulation without real-world connection. When you rely heavily on visual content for release, especially when it's fast, disconnected, and done out of habit rather than desire, your nervous system begins to adapt. It craves novelty, faster images, and more intense scenarios just to reach the same level of excitement. Over time, this constant flood of dopamine desensitizes your brain's pleasure centers. What used to excite you now feels flat. And when the moment comes to connect with a real person, someone whose touch is slower, whose responses are human and unfiltered, you may find it harder to get aroused, to stay firm, or to feel fully present. This can be deeply frustrating, even frightening. Many men wonder what's wrong with them, when really their nervous system is simply overstimulated and worn out. The good news is that the brain is flexible. Just like any muscle, it can recover. Taking even a short break from visual content, whether for a few days or a few weeks, can allow those dopamine receptors to reset. During this time, try redirecting your focus toward real sensation, slower breathing, or gentle touch without pressure. You're not giving something up. You're reclaiming sensitivity, focus, and the ability to enjoy intimacy on a deeper level. Mistake number 5, skipping recovery after ejaculation. Ejaculation is not just a moment, it's a full body event. Your heart rate changes, your pelvic muscles contract, your brain floods with chemicals, and your nervous system ramps up, then slows down. That's why what you do immediately afterward matters so much. If you finish and then roll over into stillness, scrolling your phone, curling up tight, or falling asleep without a moment to breathe or move, you're leaving your body stuck in the tension. The pelvic floor remains contracted, the nerves stay tight, and in some cases, inflammation lingers. This is especially true as you get older, when your recovery takes a little more care. Just like after a good workout, your body needs a cool down. I recommend a simple routine. Once you're done, take a moment to breathe deeply. Stand up if you can. Let your hips sway gently. Walk around the room for a minute or two. These little movements help flush fresh blood through your pelvis, relax the muscles, and ease the nervous system into a calm state. Some men even find that sipping water or taking a quick shower helps re-enter their body. It's not about adding pressure. It's about giving your system what it needs to recover fully and healthfully over time. This habit supports your prostate, reduces post-release discomfort, and even improves your next experience. Now, while we're talking about supporting your erectile health, there are 5 specific stretches that dramatically improve firmness and blood flow. I have a detailed video breaking them down, and here's the thing. Most men skip the last one, but it's actually the most important. Watch it after this video. All right, let's continue with the remaining mistakes. Mistake number 6, overusing alcohol or smoking, even just a little. I hear it often. It's only 1 glass, or I just smoke when I'm stressed. And while I understand these habits often start as ways to relax or feel in control, their effects on your sexual health are anything but harmless, especially over 50. Alcohol, even in small amounts, temporarily lowers testosterone. It dulls your nervous system's ability to respond, and it dehydrates your body. Tobacco, even a single cigarette here and there, constricts your blood vessels and reduces nitric oxide, the very compound your body relies on to get and keep a strong erection. These changes may be subtle at first. You might not connect a drink on Friday night to lower performance on Saturday morning, but your body remembers. The good news is you don't need to live like a monk. Just cutting back slightly, reducing the frequency, choosing healthier alternatives, or finding new ways to unwind can make a noticeable difference in your circulation and firmness. Your blood vessels are resilient. Your hormones can rebound. And many men are surprised to find that after even 1 month of reduced alcohol or nicotine, their energy, mood, and intimacy improve more than they expected. It's not about punishment. It's about feeling alive again. Mistake number 7, ignoring pelvic floor exercises. The pelvic floor is the hidden engine of male intimacy, and most men don't even know it exists. These are the muscles deep in your lower pelvis that support your bladder, your bowel, and yes, your sexual performance. They help you stay firm, control ejaculation, and even increase sensation. But over the years, especially if you sit for long hours, live a sedentary life, or have never trained these muscles, they begin to weaken. Strengthening the pelvic floor is one of the most powerful things you can do for your performance after 50. It doesn't require hours in the gym. You can start with simple breathing. Inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, gently lift the muscles at the base of your pelvis as if stopping the flow of urine. Hold for a few seconds, then release. These small, intentional movements done daily begin to reconnect your brain to the deepest parts of your core. Add in a few light hip stretches or even walking with awareness, and the results can be extraordinary. Men often report better control, stronger climax, and more confidence, all from muscles they never even knew they had. It's quiet work, but deeply rewarding. Mistake number 8, avoiding conversations about sexual health. This might be the most harmful mistake of all, not because of what it does physically, but because of what it keeps hidden. Too many men carry silent struggles for years. They notice changes in their drive, sensitivity, or ability to stay firm, and instead of speaking up, they retreat. Maybe they feel embarrassed. Maybe they think it's just aging. Or maybe they worry their concerns won't be taken seriously. But here's the truth. Your body is speaking to you, and the earlier you start the conversation, the easier it is to support real healing. A urologist is not here to judge. We're here to understand, to listen, to guide, to offer solutions that meet you where you are. Sometimes one honest conversation can open the door to answers you've been searching for, things that can be improved with a simple blood test, a small lifestyle shift, or a new approach to daily care. You're not weak for needing support. In fact, asking for help is one of the strongest things a man can do. Mistake number 9, relying on pills without changing habits. This is a trap I see far too often. A man experiences difficulty staying firm, so he reaches for a pill. It works for a while, then the dose goes up, then it stops working as well, and suddenly he's stuck, dependent on medication that no longer gives him the results he needs. Pills were never designed to fix the core of the issue. They assist. They help blood vessels relax and improve temporary flow, but they can't reverse years of damage from poor diet, lack of sleep, smoking, stress, or chronic sitting. Your blood vessels are living tissue. If they're stiff, inflamed, or clogged, no pill in the world will permanently solve that. And here's the truth most people don't talk about. The more you take pills without changing the foundation, your habits, the more likely your body becomes resistant or unpredictable in its responses. You might experience more side effects or notice your firmness is no longer as strong or steady. That's why I always emphasize, if you want real long-term improvement, the work has to go deeper. Eat better, sleep deeper, walk more, hydrate well, breathe. When those roots are strong, the occasional pill works better, and many men eventually don't need them at all. It's not about shame. It's about reclaiming power from within, one choice at a time. Mistake number 10, thinking it's too late to improve. Of all the beliefs that hold men back, this one is the most heartbreaking and the most untrue. The idea that after 50 or 60 or 70, it's simply too late, that decline is inevitable, that intimacy, strength, and confidence are things of the past. But I'm here to tell you with every ounce of truth I've seen in my practice, you are not done. Your body is still capable of responding. Your tissues are still capable of healing. Your blood vessels can rebuild. Your hormones can come into balance. And your sense of vitality can absolutely return. What it takes is not perfection, but attention. Kind attention. It starts by noticing where things have slipped and gently choosing to make a change. Maybe it's walking 20 extra minutes today. Maybe it's replacing one heavy meal with something fresh and nourishing. Maybe it's starting a breath practice or choosing to speak kindly to yourself when things don't go as planned. Healing doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives quietly through small actions repeated with care. You are not too late. You are right on time. And your future doesn't have to look like your past. Every man I've seen make progress, whether in stamina, performance, or confidence, started in the same place, with a decision to stop believing the lie of finality. Your next chapter can be your strongest if you choose to believe it's possible. Let that be the story you write from today forward. These 10 habits might seem small, but over time, they shape everything: your energy, your performance, and your connection with yourself and your partner. If you take anything from this video, let it be this: your penis is not a machine. It's a live-in part of your body, one that deserves attention, care, and patience. And when you start treating it that way, your whole life changes. Here's exactly what I want you to do. First, pick one mistake from this list that you recognize in yourself. Just one. Don't try to fix everything at once. Second, make one small change this week. Looser underwear, standing breaks every hour, pelvic floor breathing. Choose what feels manageable. Third, track how you feel over the next 2 weeks. Note any changes in energy, firmness, or confidence. Write it down. Fourth, come back and drop a comment sharing what you changed and what you noticed. Your experience helps other men take action. Thank you for being here today. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to subscribe because here on this channel, we talk about men's health after 50 with truth, with science, and with deep respect for your journey. Before you go, remember that video I mentioned about the 5 stretches for harder erections? Don't skip it. Most men ignore the last stretch, but it's the most powerful one for blood flow and firmness. I'm Dr. Laura Bennett, and I want you to know your best years can still be ahead. Thanks for watching, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.